G'day. Got a little video for you guys of a ZD30 that we tuned. Got some massive gains out of it for a tow tune for this guy. Stick around to the end of this video because there'll be a special deal at the end for one lucky winner. Not that we really need much more work, but it's always good to grow the socials. Yes, sir.
Have a good social.
Bit of engagement. Yeah, today just doing a tune and diagnosis on this ZD30 Patrol behind us. It's a 2016 and it's had all sorts of random things go wrong with it. And I'll show you what's up. Nice clean bay. It's had all sorts of random stuff plumbed into it. It's got a Tilix kit with a needle valve there. It's got a nice big front mount, which is ultimate for these. We'll be able to squeeze some nice power out of this safely for him to tow with. So I thought I'd make a video of this one so you guys can see what a good setup looks like and what sort of numbers you can make super safely. So the client reported that it was going into limp and the accelerator was super touchy and a few other random things. So we tested it out. Often they can go into limp if they've been tuned or the rail relief is damaged. They can cut out, but this one wasn't doing that. It's only got 90,000 Ks on it, so you wouldn't expect the fuel system to be damaged unless it's an ex-miner or been in a harsh environment, which this one is not. But we did find that the map sensor was reading incorrectly and there was a code for overboosting, so he must have set this up wrong or someone did. It's quite often that workshops even will set doors, Tilix and needle valves wrong and overboost them or underboost them, both dangerous. Probably underboosting more dangerous than anything, but this one's been overboosted and it's damaged the map sensor. The thing's reading incorrectly now. It's reading like 20 something at static where it should be reading atmospheric at 14.7-ish. So we've got another one on there now that's corrected that. Driving this thing when we were diagnosing, it didn't even feel like it had a tune in it. I was surprised when I plugged all my kit into the ECU and found that there was a tune in there and I had to muck around finding a driver to read it. But yeah, pretty much 99% of shops out there are just doing crap tunes. They'll make little gains on their dyno and market it well on Facebook or whatever, but it's just not adequate. And it's really sad that people are wasting their money on that. So yeah, we'll retune this one now that the map sensor's been rectified and get some really nice safe gains out of it. And the client will be absolutely chuffed. Try and get some footage of him if he's willing to get on the camera. So straight up looking at the tune data here, you can see that his the tuner or whoever he bought the file off has just adjusted weird maps. So they obviously don't know what they're doing. And once you go into the maps, you can see that things aren't right in there, adjusting parameters in the wrong area or values in the wrong area, which is why this thing doesn't drive well. Here's the base runs from the car as it presented with the tune in it. So with the blue being those runs, or that run. So I made 134 horsepower and what's that, 300 Newton meters? 316 Newton meters. Stock they normally make. They probably peak at about 200 Newton meters if they're lucky. And this one made 80 horsepower on stock tyres. So that's average, so he has made a gain. So it would look good to the client picking it up, but it's not a very clean tune at all. And so much more potential for it to drive nicer, get better fuel economy, make more power, make more torque even. So yeah, a bit more about the car. 2016, it's got Safari snorkel on it, standard airbox. Pretty much all that's different is the front mount intercooler and the 3-inch exhaust. So this guy tows, he's pretty smart. He wants a front mount on there because he knows that he can tow better and keep his EGTs down. So he has done just that. And obviously the Tilix, like I was saying, a needle valve, and everything else is standard. It is on 33s. So we'll be making figures to the 33s with 411 diff centers in there. It is a manual model, The autos are also no issue as well. We can do them piece of piss. But yes, this is a manual setup. It also has the stock clutch in it, which is fine for one of our amazing remaps. You do get a huge torque and horsepower increase, but the clutch, standard clutch, is fine for that power if it's not got 250,000 Ks on it and flogged out. This map here was a good one that had been adjusted. He was commanding more fuel quantity way before the rev range where you would require it, before it comes on boost, and everywhere else it was quite random. So we'll be putting our adjustments in there, our calibrations. Another map here that definitely shouldn't be played with by someone who doesn't know what they're doing is this injection timing map. So we'll be putting our calibrations in that as well. So the file's been written and I'm just loading that into the car now to test it up. I'm surprised it made the power it did, honestly, with the tune that was in it. It was absolute rubbish. So yeah, it just goes to show you, big numbers on the screen doesn't equate to nice drivability. This guy's going to experience smoother operation of his car, increased torque, so it's going to be far better for towing. He's going to have more torque sooner in the rev range, and it's going to be less touchy on the throttle as well. Another thing we notice all too often with these is a lot of people will run a doors valve, doors and needle, or Tilix setup, and they just don't install them nicely. This one's actually not too bad compared to others, but still that's flopping around, that's going to be bouncing around. This here is going to be bouncing around. These are things that need adjustment and can go out of adjustment if they're not mounted nicely. So we'll often tidy them up for people and make sure they're sweet with the right hoses on there as well. You've got to have nice silicone hose on there that isn't going to degrade and cause it to have low boost issues and any failures there. Also, we are in Perth. People often are surprised to see that we're in Perth. We have a lot of interstate supporters, and yeah, you can support us by liking and subscribing and commenting. That'd be amazing. 300 horsepower work ute taking some scrap down to the yard. What a beast. Numbers behind me, pretty much bang on 170 horsepower, 400 Newton meters with stock turbo. It's got to be the best ZD30 tune in Australia, hey. We tune that many of them, we know exactly what they need and what they love. Got my hand on the hot side of the cooler there after running it up a ton of times on the dyno. It's not even hot, turbo's not working outside its window. Cold side is just freezing cold. Yeah, there's the proof there. Huge gains over what it had in it already with the other tune. I'll show you the difference now. Here we go, as it presented with the tune already in it, 134 horsepower, making 315 Newton meters. Now it's making 169 and 394 Newton meters. So pretty much double the Newton meters they do stock, but an 80 Newton meter gain over the tune that was in it. It's more responsive now. See where it's coming on, boost and torque there, much better horsepower down here as well. Yellow run was my run, blue was the original run with the tune in it. Huge gains over what it had in it. This guy is going to absolutely love towing and driving this thing now. He's going to be frothing it. These results are at the wheels as well, so if you're comparing results, check with at the wheel results for starters, and it's on 33s. If this was on the hubs, it'd be making more like 200 horsepower and upwards of 450 Newton meters. We sometimes get clients ring up and they're like, oh, I just went around a corner and it's flashing this orange light on the dash. Yeah, what does it look like? Oh, it looks like a car with squiggly lines out the back. Like, yeah, bro, you're breaking traction. Just don't accelerate too heavily around the corners. You've got power now. Yeah, there we go. The traction light just
traction light.
So nice to drive. It's how they should be from factory. It's how they should be when they're tuned, but people just don't know how to tune properly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so smooth. Don't look at the speedo. And his first impressions of the tune.
Oh man, that was way better than before.
Not even burning it yet.
It's way better. Oh yeah, that's way better. It's a different car.
I need to email you the dyno sheet, don't I?
Oh, that would be lovely if you would. Yes, please. Oh yeah, couldn't have done that before.
If you go right here, we can zip around.
I'm going to get in trouble now.
Yeah,
Speeding tickets and all sorts.
Make sure you use the cruise control.
Or I'd be, yeah, yeah.
Alright, so this special deal. What you got to do for this special deal is go to the RMR Diesel business page on Instagram. There'll be a reel, I'll just put a screenshot of it on here, posted at the same time as this video. So what you'll need to do is go to that, follow the instructions in the reel, and go into the prize draw to win something. But you'll have to go to the Instagram and find out what that is. And it is awesome, so definitely head there if you're a Perth person.